do this full time?
No, I work at Mackey's.
Thought so.
Honestly, the amount of times I'm in there, I may as well. It's like the go-to. Unfortunately, it's not healthy at all, but it's like the go-to motorway, like when you're in the services going to a gig.
Yeah. And it's sometimes, it's not good for you, but it's a little reward after you've done it.
Like,
you've been working hard doing your gig.
It feels amazing in the moment, like when you're eating it, Oh,
and then 2 minutes after, you're like, oh.
The golden, like, nice hot.
Have you had the arch burger yet?
No, not yet.
It's like, so the rest of the burgers are like thin.
Right.
This is like a normal. Obviously, smash burgers are banging.
Right.
Hello, welcome to the podcast, by the way. We're just jumping in at Mackey's.
Yeah.
But the arch burger's like nice and thick, juicy patties, 2 of them.
Okay.
It's actually like a normal.
What is that?
burger.
Just on the normal menu?
It's like a summer special. It's absolutely banging to go get an arch burger. Not sponsored by Mackey's.
I wish we were.
Other burger providers are available.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since we recorded, but we've got a couple of the guest episodes out, and they've been very fun to.
I love them.
Get some clips out of.
So fun.
Carlos is a very funny man,
He
without
is.
even meaning to.
Yeah.
There's people in your life when they're not trying to be funny, they're just funny.
Yeah.
And then people who are trying to be funny just aren't funny at all.
I feel like the podcast's just gone downhill since Carlos left,
Even though we recorded that as the 3rd episode, but actually released it as the 10th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that was ages ago. That one.
Because I didn't have a tattoo on my arm. I didn't have me mullet grown in.
No, you didn't. That's what was weird.
It looked weird.
I was like,
I didn't look like me.
Harry looks different. Yeah.
I look like baby Harry.
Before your soul-changing experience around Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get the tattoo before that.
That's right. It wasn't long before, though, was it?
No. It was all with the same thing in mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's gigs been?
Insane, actually.
It's been a good couple of weeks for both of us. We are in the middle of the summer, and for us, this is obviously like peak wedding season. But it's also like peak wedding season. Like it's when the period of time that I've had some of the most fun gigs and stuff over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. But like my best way to put it is, and I can say this because somebody else said it, and so I don't sound like
too far up your own
up my own backside. Your mate, whatever his face is, who works for Neptune, who knows somebody. His brother used to be in a band.
Liam Rabet.
That's right.
Brother of Sam Rabet.
That's
who's
right.
The bassist I've been in a band with.
I was speaking to
before.
him, and he literally said to me the other day, he was like, oh my God, he was like, you guys are like musicians. He was like, when it gets to summer and stuff, he said, like, your life just looks like a movie. And I was like, it does feel sometimes like that. I mean, the movie, the part of the magic of movie is that it skips the boring parts. That's the movie.
You don't see anyone having breakfast or going to the toilet.
Yeah, you don't see the 6-hour drive down to Somerset or whatever. But the highlight reel, it does. Sometimes I look at, every couple of months we post those, highlight montage things. Sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, wow, I'm so grateful. You look at it.
We are kind of collecting memories and stuff.
Wow, it's insane, really. I looked at my 2024 one, which I've still got pinned to the top of my Instagram, and I was just like, it doesn't feel like me, in it. It doesn't feel.
You've evolved since then.
It doesn't, but it just doesn't feel like my life because it looks too.
Oh good. Yeah, mate. So I got a very good clip from the Palm House wedding on Saturday.
Insane.
Beautiful, big old glass greenhouse with loads of tropical plants and stuff, and obviously I'm doing a wedding party.
As well,
it just pops, doesn't it?
It looked like a Wes Anderson.
Perfectly framed in the middle.
Yeah, it was.
Because one of the things we've talked about with the Insta360 cameras is they're not great in low light. But actually, one of the things is that videos, just generally low light videos, don't do amazingly well online. I've always found if you put stuff black and white, doesn't like it.
Yeah.
If stuff's dark, people can't be asked going, what's going on.
Yeah.
So the kind of all the stars aligned around that.
It looked insane.
And now me and Alex were talking about it afterwards, and she went. I thought as well. She went. It's weird that that's you.
It's so insane, isn't it? It does, yeah.
She knows me in my everyday life and stuff, and then to see those moments of like a room going mad.
But it goes back to that thing that's not just affecting musicians, just everyone. Is like people are not their Instagram feed, and it's like when people meet me. Like I told you the other day. So I was playing in Eric's, as I do, every Tuesday, 4 till 6. Just putting the
plug in.
It's my only public gig, so I like to plug it as much as I can.
Yeah.
So want to come see me, Eric's, Matthew Street, 4 till 6, every Tuesday. Anyway, Gail comes
busiest
in.
time of the week as well.
You know what? I remember joking with you, going, "Oh, it's so easy, it's so chilled." It has not been chilled the past 4 weeks or something.
Tuesday 4 o'clock's been bouncing.
Tuesday 4 o'clock, not bouncing, but I've had people up dancing.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you know the way you say to me, like, oh, like you on that time you wouldn't come in like being nuts with the stomp.
Yeah, you think about what percentage energy level you come in at. I wouldn't say it's more than 65% or something.
I have recently been going full on, and it's worked. Like, I've had people literally dancing to Love Story at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
There's a really weird place, and it's the same concept as trying to read the room. But reading the room, I think, is a little bit more about song choice and flow and stuff. It is about like speed and dynamics.
Yeah.
But because we can flex what we're doing so much, we can change the tempo, the intensity, the loudness, the involvement of the kick or not.
Yeah.
We've got like levers we can pull to increase like the excitement level of our performing.
100%,
or whether it's going from chill to manic, basically. That's the parameters. And it is I think about this all the time when I'm walking into a room. I'm trying to like feel how electric anything is, if people are chilling, if people are waiting around for something. Because if they're waiting around for something but it's chilled, then you have the license to kind of like step the energy up a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
So like trying to figure out the right intensity to come in at, to get attention but not like overwhelm, but also not like be blending into the background if that's not what is required. It's a little minefield all the time trying to figure 100%. Out the percentage.
Yeah.
And it's always the first few songs you kind of get
the gauge.
A clue.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do just get it completely wrong.
100%. I've done it many a times. But yeah, it's picking up, especially at the moment in the summer. But like I was playing, like last week before, I can't remember. I think it was last week. And then someone ran in and was like, like you're Connor Farrell. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, like I've booked you for like a thing. And it was like, and I know that happens to you because I've seen it like happen to you loads, but like it's so weird that like you're just stuck in a public place. But it might be people
that you might never have met. People, they'd seen you online or something.
I had no idea she was. All she said was, I'm Hannah and I've booked you in like a couple of weeks and you're playing in ours. And I'm like,
cool.
What? Like, and I was so taken aback because it was mid-song.
Yeah, right.
But like my brain was like, this is elevating to stupid now. Where like, I'm just like, I've got people coming up to me. It happened a couple of weeks ago where somebody where was it? I was in a bar just watching another musician, and the musician, I didn't know who they were, and they literally stopped like after their song and went, "Oh, Connor Farrell, you okay?" And I was like,
big name on campus.
Don't even know who you are, but like I don't mean that in like a sort of up my own backside way. Like it's genuinely strange.
An interesting change to
and
see,
it's like I'm not anyone. Like I've literally like got less than 2,000 followers on my Instagram and TikTok and everything.
Spreading the word
combined.
in the best way, innit?
But like, I guess it's more because my following is very local. So like in the grand scheme of the world, I'm nobody. But like I guess locally, a lot of people who are into that industry.
And I think it's the thing that like because we're playing in really public places, we're playing at people's collective parties, playing at people's weddings, we're playing in public.
Yeah.
You are getting like a broad, if you think about the people who are in the room and how far their connections spread, like on the Wirral, you're one person removed from knowing anyone. It's
like a mafia, like.
Yeah, the Wirral has its own sort of. It's the insular peninsula, is what people say, because everyone knows everyone else's business.
Like I played a wedding, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like they're taking a double take, and I'm like, is that Swindo? and
He
then
gets about.
And then he's like, "Oh, you all right, Connor? You doing this one?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Am I doing this one? Do you just go to every wedding and
I think Swindo would be a great hire as just a stooge at a
like
wedding.
a hype man?"
Yeah. Go send him to parties
and
just like instigating the crowd.
So I says to Swindo, I says, "Can you do me a big favour?" And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Can you get some footage, right? And me playing." So he's like, okay, right. So he said at the end of the wedding, like he's had a few drinks. He's a bit wavy, and I said, "Can you just airdrop me?" And he's like, "I don't know how to do this. You and Harry always going on about this airdrop. Here's my phone. You do it." So I'm like, "Okay, right." So anyway, so I'm airdropping these videos. So I'm like, "Oh, amazing, Swindo, thank you so much. Like it will really make a big difference."
Yeah.
Leaves and goes to look at the videos in the car, right? And it's like me, and I'm singing like whatever it is, like Country Roads or something, right? And all you can hear, you can't hear me. All you can hear is Swindo drunk Country Road. And I'm like, I can't use any of this because you're singing like. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's so good that he was singing, and it goes to show, like, But
that's what it goes back to the thing we've been talking about recently, is about the type of videos that do well.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's we've talked about it before, there's a split between Instagram and TikTok. I haven't found one particular type of video that does obviously well on both. In my head, there's I think your Instagram following is a little bit different to your TikTok following. We've always said this. TikTok is a lot of strangers, and Instagram's generally more a core of people that you know.
Instagram is more localized. It's not, but I feel like when you post, it goes out to people, like a lot of people, friends of friends and whatever.
It's the way that the connections are built as well, because on your Instagram, you probably follow local businesses and stuff, and I don't think you necessarily do that on TikTok. I don't think the kind of connections that you've made...
I think so.
Are the same.
But, controversial opinion, Facebook is dead in 2025.
That's not a controversial opinion.
Is it not?
This is going to be our clip for the week, by the way. Is Facebook dead?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Businesses.
It's impossible for me to know, but trying to sell the Claremont out.
Okay.
I always still make an event on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I always still invite the max number of people that Facebook will allow me to invite.
Yeah. Well, my posts, do that cross-share thing.
Yeah,
but
I don't go onto my... Harry James Facebook page and check any messages, any comments, anything.
I haven't been on anything for over probably
If people
2
mess me on
years.
Facebook, there is a very good chance I'll miss it.
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like Facebook for me, that's my little part of the internet that's not about work, and it's my friends, my family, and that kind of thing. What's such a... Because the thing is, right? If as a musician, if you go on Instagram, most of the people we follow are people in our industry. If I go on my Instagram right now, I can guarantee it's going to be some wedding singer, some sax player, or something playing to a crowd, right? That's what the algorithm wants to give me. That's what I follow. But on Facebook, I just stay away from anything work related. So if I want to just catch up on how my uncles and aunties or cousins doing or whatever, then that's what I use Facebook for. I do have a page on there, but like you say, I don't monitor it at all.
I used to use it a lot more. That's where I did a lot of the live streaming stuff through COVID. But I don't know. It started out being a place to get gigs and stuff, but I just... For what we're trying to do,
Groups is decent.
I don't know. I just think that it never had too much of a sort of appearance and identity and stuff, the way the videos are hosted, the way you scroll through things.
It just feels a bit like for my reels and stuff as well. It's where my reels go to die, because I'll post a reel and it'll get quite a lot of likes on Instagram, and then I'll look on Facebook and it's got 2. You know what I mean, or something like that. But then the other good thing is that this is going to sound really weird, but my dad doesn't do Instagram, he doesn't do TikTok.
Mine neither.
He only does Facebook, and in a way, it's kind of cool because I get that little thumbs up or whatever, from my dad, it looks great, that corner.
Your one like on Facebook, you know is your dad going, go on, son.
But that's nice to me, I like that. It's nice because it's your family.
Well, my dad wouldn't see any of my stuff.
Yeah.
If I didn't also cross-share it on Facebook. So, in terms of marketing and trying to get work and stuff. I was interested with speaking to Joe last night.
Yeah,
went and did a creative meetup in Manchester with my mate Joe Reeve. And he was saying that he actually sometimes, because the I don't know how you would phrase it. If he gets a booking request through Facebook, he kind of goes, "Whoa, where's this coming from?"
Yeah.
Is he basically saying only weirdos book people through Facebook? I don't know.
I think it's because mostly it's like an older audience now on Facebook and things. And I think go and look, I guarantee this, right? Go and look at your professional dashboard thing on Instagram, right? Yours will be the same as mine, I'm sure. It's like if you go an age, right?
Yeah, it's 25 to 34.
25 to 34 is like whoop, and everything else. Maybe you get the slightly younger one a little bit.
One either side of it is the next
like
down,
45 plus is like 0.1% on mine. It's just non-existent.
It'd be so funny if you had like loads of 70-year-olds that are dead into you.
Oh, yeah. I like looking at countries. Countries is interesting because obviously the UK is like obviously top.
Yeah.
But then like I have like some audience in like Asia and like weird places like that. You know what I mean? And like
big in Japan. Connor's big in Japan.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like it must
I always thought it was fun when we were. Oh my god! So I shared a video with Connor. I love sharing these cringy Liverpool Football Club. Big night out.
He's a closeted red. That's
big night out things they do. We have a friend who does some stuff in Thailand, and they put the lyrics on the screen behind. Yeah. And you know, if that's your world, then fair fucks, go do it. Whatever.
Hey, listen, if someone wants to book me a plane ticket to Thailand, I'll take it tomorrow. Yeah.
From a blues and musician's perspective, not a blues musician, but a blue and a musician's perspective. Yeah. Cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I sent you one that was a lad in Japan playing acoustic guitar with his mic stand and his stomp box singing Wataru Endo's footy chant or something. And I was like, because to me that's like almost such a Scouse thing now, the stomp and stuff.
It is.
It's such a local thing to us.
But it's not though, is it? Because if you really think about it, Jerry Cinnamon is big. Like I've got a lot.
No, but it is that like Jamie Webster boss night thing, isn't it?
It
like,
is. Yeah,
but going over to Japan, so weird.
I've got friends on like on Instagram who are from Glasgow and things.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum was born in Glasgow. I've got a lot of strong connections there. My mum's parents are from Glasgow. Anyway, so I've got quite a lot of connections in Glasgow. It's definitely big up there, the whole SPD thing, and that's thanks
we
to Jerry
could easily
Cinnamon
do a weekend of gigging in.
But when you see it in like Asia, that's where it's like, what?
Because it's almost like the new.
It feels like somewhere
dressing up as the Beatles thing, isn't it?
It feels like when you see a guy with a guitar and an SPD, and he's like this. It feels like you always think of a grey city in England or something, or Scotland or whatever. Like, you know,
I wouldn't say Liverpool is a grey city.
Well, I told you, Paul. I went to the Lake District.
Yeah.
This was like last summer, and then this guy.
SPDs haven't been invented yet.
Oh wait, no, it's better than this. This guy sets up, and I'm like, so I'm coming down the stairs, looking at this guy setting up 3 SPDs, different colours, like a rainbow. And I'm intrigued now. I'm like, what's he gonna do? Tap dance? So I'm sat at the front table, which is really intimidating. I didn't tell him like I'm a musician or not, because I hate it when people do that.
You, as a fellow musician, have gone into someone's gig, judging them without them knowing, and sat right in front of them just to watch what's going on.
Yeah, like I turned the chair around, so like if he was good, I was going, like the voice, No, so anyway. He started playing. The reason behind the 3 SPDs was he had so like there was a couple of songs where he had a kick and like a tambourine. So he was like doing that. He was on a stool, obviously. So he was doing that kind of thing. And then there was like another one where I think it was like a percussion SPD, and basically on some of the songs, which was quite cool. Some of the songs that was like not as heavy and more acousticy. He just had this kind of almost like a timpani sound, and like, I don't know, like a percussive thing, but it didn't sound...
Like a drum or a hat or a cymbal?
No, like a drum, but like it was just like a less like transient, punchy... it was just a kind of...
Softer
like a softer thing, just to fill out the low end, but it wasn't like a boom, boom, you know what I mean? And it was quite cool. It was really
Was it like the bit in Ho Hey by the Lumineers?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It was quite cool. I followed him on Instagram, and he didn't follow me back, so I unfollowed him. But
So you only follow people on Instagram
No, I'm joking.
if they're going to follow you back.
I'm joking.
Work on that ratio, Connor.
I do still follow them, but I've just not seen them for a while. Actually, in my
Was that the Lake District?
In the Lake
So the
District.
gig scene in the Lake District isn't just one SPD.
Yeah, so we've got to up our game. I'm actually doing a wedding in the Lake District towards the end of the year. So I'm flapping it now. I'm gonna have to go and buy a couple of extra SPDs. I think.
I was looking the other day because mine is in. It's still working fine.
Hair dryer.
Yeah.
Just get the hair dryer on it. Melt the glue.
Position it back.
Back.
I think I might do that after this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to mess it. I got a long wedding tomorrow.
That's right.
And then a private party on Saturday.
I'm playing tonight. I didn't know I was playing tonight.
Oh, where are you playing tonight?
Oh, on Matthew Street.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Why? No, I don't mean it like that.
That doesn't look.
How has that come about?
Good. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I apologize to the venue. No.
No, it's if you ever forget that you're necessarily going out that night. You don't forget if it's private or wedding, but like sometimes there's pub gigs that you look at your diary and go, oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was this agent. She books the gigs like massively in advance, and she booked all these gigs at like the beginning of the year, and it was one of those things where when she gave me these dates, like there's not loads of them. But I was a bit like, I was still doubting myself in my head, like, but what if? Like, what if I don't fill my diary? What if this? So I, like, agreed to do, like, a select amount of dates. And now, obviously, I'm, like, ridiculously busy with the privates and things. So, like, I've got 3 or 4 private parties this weekend. So it's, like... And now I'm kind of regretting it, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean it in the sense
there is some like keep in touch gigs that you have to do though.
Yeah, but I mean it in the sense of from the perspective of us, right? And like your voice is a muscle. So say you go to the gym, you can't go to the gym every day, right?
No, you can. I do.
God.
But
my point is like the problem that you've got is that you want to conserve your voice for those privates that you're getting big money for.
There is some amount of if you've got a gig. I quite like sometimes having a quiet gig to start my weekend because it gets me
warms
in
you up
the motion.
Maybe.
I've done one setup. I've
Yeah.
played through. I've finished. I've like sung a bit. And
I guess, yeah. No, that's true. But like, it's just if I go and do a private party and my voice isn't completely clear or whatever, if it's a bit horsey, if it's a bit grovelly, I almost feel bad because I'm like, these people have booked me from videos, whatever, and they've seen me at my best, and I don't want to give them any less than my best. So, like, I feel almost guilty if I show up and my voice is a bit on the rocks or whatever, and I'm like, I know that you've paid a lot of money for me to be here. Like, I know that I can give you better than this. Yeah. So it's like, when I'm doing these other gigs now, and it's like, you know...
You hold a little bit back in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
I know that sounds bad, but
no, but it's like the same thing we're saying that not
true.
Every gig demands you being at sweating, manic, 100% energy.
The venues, like a lot of the managers, they look at my videos from privates and they're probably sat there like, why isn't he like that when he's playing for us? But it's like, it is that thing.
No, but you'd look mental. I always think this, if you go into a room that's not necessarily the busiest room and you still come out and be like, let's fucking have it. Da, 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 da. Like, you look mental. There are some times when that's completely right. And if you're jumping on late evening at a wedding when there's a DJ and you like get cut and it's immediately you have to come on stomping and loud and in people's faces.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a loud one tonight though, because it's like, I think it's like 7:30 start Matthew Street on a Thursday night. It's...
How do you spell that?
I don't...
Listen, is it in a message?
I want to say that it's Flanagan's, but I don't know. It could be a couple of...
Yeah, don't worry. This episode's going to come out next week or whatever. So.
The point is I know where I'm going, like, before I leave, but, like, I don't look at my diary because, honestly, it overwhelms me a little bit, and I'm just like, I don't want to know.
It is mad. I was saying this yesterday, that having a firm... digital diary that is really well kept up to schedule is the only way I could possibly live my life now with all the commitments I've got.
It's insane, isn't it?
But it is also, I look at it like the bars in a prison cell around everything that, like, I can't get out of that, can't get out of that, can't get out of that, all these commitments. It is a beautiful, great place to be in.
100%.
But if I scroll too far into the future and I haven't got a break for a while, my brain just goes, oh my God.
But people say, like, when they see musicians and stuff about, like, us, you know, we work small hours, but genuinely, like, I feel like we work just as much, if not more hours sometimes than people in a full-time job. Like, I
don't do 40 hours a week.
I genuinely spend half of my life on my phone, and I don't want to be on it.
Throw all the admin in and
like,
stuff.
Like, all the replying to people, phone calls. Like, literally, literally 2 minutes before this, I've had to speak to a venue about
how to get his speakers onto a boat.
I'm playing. Oh yeah. So I've got a.
Not this weekend, next weekend, but as this episode comes out, it'll be in a couple of days. Okay. You're doing a private party.
I am.
On a boat.
On a boat.
And
they've hired out this.
You showed me what the boat was yesterday, and in my head, I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but there's a world you could live in when you're like, oh, Connor's doing a gig on a mega yacht. That'll be insane.
Oh yeah, like they're flying me to Ibiza
but it's in Shrewsbury, so the chances of it being a mega yacht is slimmed.
It's like it's not a barge. It's like a big.
It's a ferry.
It's a ferry. Yeah, it's a ferry.
Yeah, it's a ferry.
That's the word I was looking for. It's like a ferry boat thing, but it's got like.
But like, to be fair, I think
it's gonna be cool.
The Mersey ferries do.
Well, Carl Mack does that.
Nights, They do band nights and stuff. Mark Kenny does like a Beatles night and stuff.
That's right, yeah.
I think
and they go off.
That would be hilarious. We've been down there before when they had the On the Waterfront, and it was. What was the Irish band that were playing called?
The Wolftones.
Wolftones were playing. Me and Alex went down to the river to kind of, because you could, from our side of the water, you could see it and hear it.
Yeah, I remember saying.
But at the same time, the party boat ferry cruise was going down, so we were watching all the light show and hearing the music of Wolftones.
The light show.
For the Wolftones.
I thought you meant from the boat.
No, you imagine that, just setting off fireworks.
I was going to say, like, was I booked on the boat?
If Liverpool felt very alive in that moment, because there's a big gig going on the waterfront. The ferry's going past with people raving on it, and we were like, this is actually pretty sick, to be fair.
Mersey Vegas. Yeah, I like that. No, but, like, the thing is, the only thing is about these boats is, as I've just realised, is they run off generators, and obviously they have a specific allowance you can use power-wise, which is not good for me, because the thing is my setup is quite extra. It's
Are you taking your Northern Lights with you?
Well, I can't now, because if they're being conscious about if they're trying to be conscious about the power, trust me, those lights draw a lot of power.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed. From every time you've set them up, people going, Jesus Christ, I can't see the stage.
They're insane. I love them so much. It's like, if you ever know that you're showing up to a gig and you look tired and stuff, just put the lights on, no one can see you.
And you'll look dead because it'll be bright white and you'll be in heaven.
Yeah. It's like,
can't be tired anymore because we're at the gates of heaven.
Yeah, but I'm looking into purchasing, as you know, some lasers as well.
I get it. I do get it. For some venues, like, if you're doing Peckforton Castle and you're in that stone room at the front there, that stuff looks amazing. One of the coolest things I saw in there, I don't know if they do it all the time, they just had a simple thing, like they had a projection onto the stone wall.
Sick. Yeah, like projection mapping thing.
Well, it was literally just like the name of the bride and groom, what date it was and stuff. Yeah, but it had personalised the venue. Not just
nice.
Put up a thing. They're not just got a board that has your name on it. They projected it onto the walls and stuff. And I think that was really cool. That's a nice touch. So for some things, that's the thing. I kind of want to get the infinite flexibility thing. There's so much we can talk about. I haven't even got to me fucking my own car yet. Breaking my own car over the weekend. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. But what I'm trying to do at the minute with equipment is get the most malleable, modular way of setting up. So I've got my two massive speakers now.
You can go as big as you need to go,
or as pocket size and mobile as I need to.
But I can do that because realistically, I can show up if I want with one speaker, no mixer, because I can use my RC600. It's got a built-in mixer, and literally just a guitar stomp. That's the mixer and a speaker, and that's it. But the thing is what I'm trying to convey is, right, people who book us because they want to rave, right?
I don't book me because you're going to have a really chilled time.
So they book us because they want to be like drunk, jumping up and down.
You book us because you've got to be drunk to listen.
No, like look.
I listened back to my video from the Palm House, and I'm playing Sweet Caroline at about 400 BPM.
Yeah, exactly.
But in that moment, it was completely appropriate.
It's the thing of like people looking back to you playing that, for example. They're not gonna remember like anyone else. They're gonna have this memory of just everyone bouncing with the music, and that's why for me the lights make a difference, like massively. Whether it be lasers, whatever, because when they then like look back to my sort of like when I've played, and they look back to the party and they remember it, all they remember from my party is like,
it's going, I'm blind.
All they remember is
my cornea.
Making an optician's appointment the next day. No, but like all I remember is
No. We need to set a little clip in here or something showing the view from the audience of the stage when you've got your lights.
Yeah, but like all I'm saying is like I think for me it's about making memories for people, and I think doing all the rave songs, the 90s, the Clubland classics things, when the lights are going off, you got the lasers. Like I've got this vision in my head, and it's going to happen this year.
Well, you're going to lift up off the stage.
I've got this idea, right? Just go with me on this, right?
Is it you playing Angels and going into the crowd and stuff?
No, it's not Angels, right? But that is sick, right? But no, I've got this idea, right? So the guitar, I've got all the chorus, the delay, like where it's got that like
go again.
The fall, you know what I mean?
Delay,
like, the delay, right? And then like just like the low. Like
are you gonna get a smoke machine?
But the low smoke.
Are you hearing Born Slippy?
No, it's getting better, right? So like this is the vision, right? I've got this like big the stomp, loads of reverb, and it's like boom, right? And then that's where the lights just stop, right? Everything, and then that thing I showed you with the lasers, like the big right. So it's like boom, everything stops, right? Lights stop. I come on, and then it's like. Pretty green eyes, all the like,
My brain's just gone back to School of Rock, and it's like Dry Eyes, Freddie. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then like
the band is mine.
So everybody's like, oh, and everyone's singing Pretty Green Eyes. Everyone's going in it. You've got them in the palm of your hand, and then
do we actually just want to be DJs?
And then it's like no, but it's like never ever be alone, right? And then it's just like the stomp it's like the stomp comes in, the laser just right.
Everyone explodes, the building sets on fire, and everyone's had a good time. Leave me a review.
If I could get the insurance for it, I would have the pyrotechnic things like right.
You blast the lasers come on, everyone's hair just starts standing straight up.
You blast everyone with confetti. It's raining down. Never ever be.
And this is someone's 70th birthday.
Yeah, it's going off. You know what I mean? The social club's booming, like
brown eyed girls is just banging away,
and then like you know what I mean? Like
I see the vision.
That's what I'm thinking. It can be done, and it would be insane. And everybody,
I'm all for it, Connor. You do whatever the hell you want.
Everybody's going to be like, Have you ever seen that Connor Farrell music? Like, oh my god! Like, I went to go and see a gig, and like, I don't even remember. Like, it was just light and smoke and fire, and
the elemental. Like,
it's the best thing I've ever seen in a nursing home. Yeah.
Don't follow the light, Doris. Don't follow the light.
Yeah. Dude, why go into the light when we've got lasers?
Oh god! And you've just got built-in defib machines from your kick drum.
Well,
so if anyone has a little
yeah.
moment, you'll bring them back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When I've got my bass bins,
Hey guys, hope everyone's enjoying the episode so far. Please remember to go and follow us online,
Yes.
TikTok, Instagram, all those places. Like and comment on this. You can book us for any private parties, events, weddings, whatever it is. Drop us a message on our socials. Come see us live. We're playing every weekend around the Northwest. Let's get back into the episode.
oh, mate, when I've got my bass bins, right? You know the way they say you feel it in in your chest and all that with the bass. You with my like when I've got them
arm.
cranked, mate. You feel it in like literally your throat.
Yeah,
like it's just like it's uncomfortable. You can see people like with tears in their eyes.
So you try to blind people, choke people out, set them on fire with lasers, and also brown noise them to death.
What I'm saying is, if you want Tomorrowland in your back garden...
Tomorrowland set on fire this year, so that fits in with the setting stuff on fire as well.
Yeah, that's because they tried to hire me.
It was your
It was my
lasers.
setup that was like,
Burnt the
obviously.
whole thing down.
But, no, actually it looked amazing what they did. Did you see that? They rebuilt it in like 3 days.
Well, they just made like a big LED panel screen thing.
It was
didn't
still
they?
sick.
That was
It
pretty
still
cool. And
looked
actually,
good.
like, that's a very iconic image now of Tomorrowland going ahead with the burnt stage behind it.
Like, I know it's not funny because of what happened, but like, obviously, I don't think anyone was hurt.
No, I don't think anyone
but like,
died.
it looked so amazing behind all the burn. Like,
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
It
almost
looked
like you
cool.
couldn't have planned it
Exactly.
better in a way.
Maybe that's an idea for our gigs. Well, I'm gonna
Play in the burned ruins of the venue that you're meant to
I'm
play
gonna
in.
set up an hour before and then light the stage on fire and then rebuild it 15 minutes before. You know, maybe. I don't know. Probably
Something to try. No one else is doing it.
I mean, Hendrix lit his guitar on fire. You can
That was after
take
he
a
was
step,
finished the gig,
step
though, pretty
further,
much. I think that
light
was
the
like the
whole
last
stage
song.
on fire.
Have you ever seen when he did that?
No.
Any of the videos I'm doing?
Not actually seen the
It's a
video.
cool idea, and like the photos are cool. But if you watch him doing it, it's really gimpy.
How did he
he's like,
do it?
He's putting it. He puts his guitar down,
Okay.
and it's meant to be like a sort of seance,
Sacrificial,
yeah,
okay.
like spirits and stuff. But he just gets a little bottle, like a little squeezy bottle of Zippo lighter fluid, and he's like on his knee, just like go over his
not right.
guitar, and he gets
needs to be
striking
like,
matches.
He
like-
needs like the vodka.
Yeah, he needs to, like-
and then it's like drinking it, and then it's like, and then he pours all over the guitar, and then he lights like a cigarette or something.
flicks it onto
Like,
it
you
in
know what
slow
I mean?
motion. It spins.
Cuban
But then there's like a bit where he's
cigar
just
or
like trying to squeeze this Zippo. It's not cool. Doesn't look cool.
Yeah. Like times have certainly.
So Jimi
changed
Hendrix,
a lot.
not all that. That's
Yeah.
what we take.
Oh
away
yeah,
from today's episode.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah.
Okay, should we go to car breakage? Should we do a screech
So
and go to
my
car breakage?
understanding of this, from what I heard on the train yesterday, was that you were at a gig and you were loading the speakers back into the car at the end of the gig, as we all do, and then we don't really have a lot of due care and attention because you're tired.
At the end of the
just
gig, you
finished.
definitely pack your car
Yeah.
way rougher
yeah.
than
Just
you
throw them.
pack
Yeah.
to go to the gig.
Exactly, yeah.
You go, I'll deal with that in the morning.
So you put the speakers in the boot.
I have recently upgraded my speakers
Oh,
to
yeah.
mammoth, behemoth Yamaha DBR50s. They are bouncing. They
sound
amazing.
incredible, though,
And
don't
I haven't even got close to maxing either of them out.
What are you doing with your other PA now? Just
using it in the right appropriate thing? So I'm doing a wedding tomorrow. I'll use the big stuff. You're doing a private party upstairs in a place in Chester, so I'll probably use just my two DBR10s.
okay.
Because I don't need to boom in that.
It's the low end though for the kick, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
100%.
where they
And that's
shine.
what makes me think, actually, I wonder what a better setup for me is, whether it's one big speaker at those kind of smaller private parties rather than two 10s.
Yeah,
Because that low end is like another level.
it is.
But they are big speakers, so putting them into my Skoda Fabia, which is not exactly the biggest pickup truck you've ever seen in your car, I decided to try and make it into a pickup truck by putting the speakers in the boot, not pushing them the whole way as flush as they could. It was 12:30, 1 o'clock after a wedding on Friday night. It was raining in the car park. I went, fuck this, go to slam the boot. The speakers are just where the glass wanted to be. And the whole of my back screen just goes.
Was there anyone there?
No one was watching me.
Thank God. That would have been...
Yeah, can you imagine people trying to help you and stuff, and you've just made... In my head, I was like, I am the stupidest idiot that's ever been alive. And if someone else was there trying to help you and pick out bits, I would have died of cringe.
Yeah.
I was already dying of annoyance with myself.
Right.
So that is the first thing that I put in my car. I still had to load all the rest of my stuff out of the venue in the rain, and then sweep all the glass off the floor so I didn't drive over it as I was leaving.
Yeah.
And then called Alex and was just like, I am such a tool. It cost me 300 quid to get it fixed. And it's sorted now, so all's well that ends well, but that was an expensive, tired after a gig mistake.
That's probably up there with some of the worst I've heard,
Fucking your own car. Because I took it to the guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, has someone broken into your car?" I was like, "No, I broke out of my own car, basically." My speakers
I would have just said, someone.
And it's more. I think. Why would you? I don't need to lie. I just tell him it's funny.
Did he like?
He was just like, "Oh, all right, okay, you."
Did they just not care? All right, okay. I'd see.
It's a window guy. If
I was the window guy, I'd have been like, "You idiot!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a 300 quid mistake.
That's
at the end of a wedding.
Yeah, I heard of a wedding mistake, pretty bad. So, a friend of mine who plays on Matthew Street, he was telling me that his band showed up to a wedding a couple of months ago, and there was basically DJ was there already set up. So he says to the band, "Oh, you want to use my PA?" That commonly
DJ
happens. Yeah.
Common for us solo.
Okay. Yeah.
Not common for a band.
But it was a big rig, It was a bit.
There's some. I don't know where DJs get their equipment, but they get it from a website that it only sounds good playing.
Oh yeah.
MP3 or WAV files.
It's designed.
Whereas
they're
genuinely almost different pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
Like DJ speakers to our speakers.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I don't think I've ever played through a DJ's system
and sounded good
and felt like I enjoyed my sound.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Whereas obviously your own speakers, so you're really accustomed to that. But I've played it through your system and it's felt familiar.
Yeah.
But I've played through DJ systems and they just it's something about. I don't know if you maybe you have to be super careful DI in your acoustic or something.
Maybe.
They're
It depends, in my opinion, whether you're going through their mixer because
I've done it. I've done both. I've gone through their mixer.
Oh no, I can't do that anymore.
I've gone through my mixer and just taken the outs as the microphone channel into the DJ deck.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's been all right, but then you don't know where the limiter is or
I know.
where the clip point's going to
be. Upstairs in Leaf on Bold Street, and I did that where I went into my mixer and out into the DJ mixer. Everything sounded great except when the stomp came in. It just didn't have any dynamic range.
And if you push the stomp,
it starts
and then it dips everything else.
But so basically this DJ is like, "Oh, I'm already set up. Just go into my system." Use your mixer and
But then
stuff.
also, if you just think about layout, the DJ is going to be in the middle of something or in a corner of something with the speakers either side.
Yeah.
You always have to stand in front of the DJ.
See, normally we're around the DJ. That one in well, I'm not going to say where because the DJ might get a call on, but that one that I did a couple of weeks ago, pretty big wedding. So I got there and I was talking about where the DJ's setting up, where I'm going to set up, whatever. Yeah. And they were literally like, "We love live music. We don't really care about the DJ. It's just one the venue provided. Do not listen to the DJ. You make sure you're front and center because you're the thing that we want." Yeah. You know what I mean?
We've chosen
so they were literally like, "He can work around you," which was so weird because normally it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this DJ let them go through their system. And they brings the mixer, blah, blah, whatever, right? They plays the gig, right? And then basically the DJ, then after they finish, plugs back into his speakers, and his left speaker's not working, right? So then the DJ is going to them, "Well, you've blown my speaker, you've broken my speaker," right? So then the band are like, "Right, okay." They were like, "But it was just working for us." So then the band plugs their mixer back in to the speaker.
Yeah.
Works fine. So clearly
it's a cable on his side or an output. Or...
But apparently he just was not taking no for an answer and was like, "You've broke my speaker. Like, you have to give me like cash now to replace this speaker because I might never see yous again. Like, yous owe me like £400-500 for this speaker that is blowing." And they were like, "But it's not blown. We're literally proving it to you. If we plug into it, it works fine. It must be like
something on your end.
Something on your end." And they were basically saying, like, they were arguing with this guy for like over an hour before eventually they literally just were like, whatever, and just leave and just left.
Just leave.
But apparently, like, he was literally trying to blame them, and apparently he was like trying to like slander them online, like and stuff, saying like they broke his speaker and they owe him money, and they were like, "But we literally proved."
All you do is film the speaker working.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're fine. Because if anyone says anything,
but apparently, like, he told the bride and groom afterwards and everything, and like the bride. And
why would you? Oh my god! If you're a professional working in this industry. Unless there is a grave situation that is going to impact the running of the whole event, you don't bring any problems to the bride and groom. You offer solutions.
100%.
That is like key advice. In my head, it's becoming more and more of a thing that I've noticed that when I'm doing gigs, I can't help but do extra things around the side. So, you know, like if you're setting up...
like catering or something? Oh, yeah.
Well, no, it's like, it's just... happened on Saturday. It's happened previously where you kind of become... If you're there for most of the day, like you're doing the afternoon and the evening, and you're introducing the first dance, you become a bit of master of ceremonies by proxy.
You're part of the team
that are running the day, trying to keep things going.
Everybody's in a team, and they're all just working for these two people to give them the best day.
Yeah, so you work with, I don't know, the photographer, the coordinator from the venue, 100%. To try and like get the timings of things, and then you go to the bride and groom and go, "We're thinking maybe trying to do this in 15 minutes. Does that work for you?" You don't go, "Oh, they fucked this. I've left this. This is wrong. This is broken." To them, bride and grooms already have. I honestly. It's such a weird dynamic a lot of the time at weddings because bride and grooms are hosting a party, but the party is meant to be for them. But then a lot of the wedding day is schmoozing a lot of all your family and friends and having a million 5-minute conversations.
You are literally paying thousands of pounds to throw a party for everyone else.
Yeah, and it's about you. It is about you
the whole day.
Yeah. Well, I've been to friends' weddings and stuff where they look like the most tired people on the planet at their own. And it's sad because it's obviously meant to be a big celebration.
I've been to like a couple of weddings where they've booked me to play late,
and everyone's gone to bed.
Everyone's gone. You know?
It's a long day. People get up at like 5 in the morning to get the makeup done.
But then it makes you feel guilty that they've paid you all this money and you're playing to
You turned up to do your job. You were ready to do your job.
Yeah. I mean, they decide the times, not me. I mean, if they ask me to consult on what time I think, I'll sort of say, depending on when the ceremony is.
Evening food.
Yeah. You know what? I'll happily...
There's a standard formula.
Yeah, 100%.
But no wedding runs to time. That is another... truth of life. Death, taxes, and weddings running late.
Yes. 100%.
That's a guarantee of life. But the same thing happened on Saturday. So they were quite chilled. It was at the Palm House. They didn't have a set meal in the same kind of way. Like, it wasn't a sit-down 3-course meal or whatever.
Okay.
So they had ceremony. They had... ceremony inside the Palm House, drinks outside. I was playing for a bit of the drinks outside. They were then going to go...
the weather as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
the weather was
absolutely gorgeous, mate.
Yeah.
So hot inside the Palm House.
I can imagine. It's literally a greenhouse,
So they went outside for the afternoon drinks, played a bit of live stuff then. Then they went inside to do speeches.
Right.
And get some pizzas and stuff. So they had like an outdoor... pizza thing that people went table by table, came back inside. But there was no... Sometimes there's an evening meal, an afternoon meal that people leave that room, the room gets turned over for the evening party. Yep. That didn't happen.
Okay.
So there was no obvious start of the evening.
And just blend,
Yeah, people had gone from speeches to eating some pizza to they're still in the same room that the evening party is.
Okay.
Sat at the same tables.
Okay.
And me and the photographer were chatting about like, okay, so we're now 10 minutes after when we were meant to think about doing the champagne tower and first dance and starting the evening party. And this is the going to the bride and groom with solutions, not problems.
Yep.
So me and the photographer weren't in particular eyesight, but we were obviously having a conversation about like the running of the event. It was quite obvious that we were like trying to figure out what was going on next. So the venue coordinator comes over, joins our conversation. Now it's us three people who are obviously having a conversation about getting the flow of the next bit going. And then the bride and groom kind of almost by chance turn up to the conversation that we're having.
Nice.
And they went, are we having a planning meeting, are we? And because we'd already been speaking for 5 or 10 minutes, we just went, so we're thinking about getting ready to do the next bit, and you guys ready for that? And they're like, yeah, sounds great. So go with solutions. Don't go with more problems. They've already got a billion things to think about and trying to enjoy themselves and trying to make sure they've said hello to the great Auntie Gladys or whatever.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
No, it did look amazing.
I think I've done stuff where I've like moved tables and chairs for things before as well.
Yeah.
You know, someone's like not cleared a thing or like it's going to impact the dance floor that you're trying to do or whatever it is, extra things around the side. If you can just see something, feel like that should be fixed. Don't wait for someone else to do it, just do it.
I played this place in Anglesey.
Yeah.
So basically it was like a party, birthday party, and you know, gets down there, great, and I'm like driving along the road. They give me this address. It was one of them where the house got a name, doesn't have a number.
Yeah.
So I was like, where is this place? And then I couldn't find it, and then I messaged her, and she was like, oh, you see where this pub is? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, there's a road behind the pub, just go up that road.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Goes up the road, and mate, this house was like, you just go around this little bend and this big ginormous house looking over the whole bay, and I was like, it's not that. And then she come to the door and she was like, oh, come in the drive, and I was like, oh god. So anyway,
how do you feel in that moment? Do you go, whoa? Did you get a bit of stomach drop when you see the big venue?
I tell you what,
like,
right?
Okay.
The problem is, right, and I am open to anyone proving me wrong because I love it, and they did in the end, and I love when it happens. The problem is when somebody seems to be quite wealthy and rich, I always feel like you're never gonna get the full-on like party, you know, sort of thing, right? Because, and I'll say like it kind of happened with this as well, but then in the end it was amazing. So, you know, gets in, sets up, right? And everyone's saying hello and things. And I think the girl whose birthday it was, I think it was like, you know, it was her parents that own the house or something.
Yeah.
Right. So they're quite elderly-ish. Not really old, but maybe like 50s, 60s. Something.
Elderly? 50?
Anyway, right, let's gloss over that. Right. So, anyway.
Is this all these old people home gigs you've been to? It's people who are 40 and over?
Probably 60s more, because like it was her 40th, I think. So maybe 60s.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, the point is that like, you know, it gets there. Really nice people. They greet me. They've got this little stage set up. Unbelievable, like big garden, and then it just
view
overlooks the bay.
Yeah,
it was
so
just sick. Like they had all these fairy lights put in. It was insane, right? He gets up and does the first set. 5 songs in, the mum comes over. Hi, love, like, can you just turn down a little bit? I'm like, oh.
5 songs in.
I know what this is. She was like, it's just like, you know, the neighbours and whatever. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm thinking.
You'll still be early or whatever.
Yeah. So like, I mean, well, I started at 8. Yeah. So
that's early.
Yeah. So anyway. So I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, obviously, you know, you're the boss. You hire me. It's your place. Yeah, turn down, right?
As soon as you hear that, you're thinking, I'm not going to get the big reaction at any point tonight here.
Yeah, so anyway, so that's that. So then does the first set. They do the speech. Goes back on, and I'm like, crank it a bit because they've done the speech.
You earn the right to boost the volume a little bit.
And I'm like, I want to give them what they paid for. I want to give them a bit of energy and stuff. So anyway, so cranks up a bit, gets a couple of songs in, and then the guy comes over and is like, could you just turn it down again?
Of them,
so I'm just like, okay.
At that point, I get close to being like, I'm really bad for my sort of not temper, but
no,
in that moment, I get musically icked out.
Like, have you looked at my page online? Like,
I
get
musically icked out. If people are like, "Oh, can you knock it down a bit?" It's because in my head, it's like a judgment of my perception of how lively the room is, what volume's needed, and stuff.
100%. 100%. So anyway, turns it back down because they're the boss.
Unplug your stomp.
Anyway,
throw it into the sea.
Yeah, more or less. I was getting there. So I didn't really use the stomp. I was literally in the end.
You put it on tambourine setting.
In the end, like it was literally like I was looping chords and just instrumentally playing like Candy by Pal Nutini and things. Anyway,
it does feel like you're blagging.
It got to the last 4 songs of the set, and all of a sudden, as if
someone spiked the punch. That's what you said.
Yeah,
someone spiked the punch.
Like literally. Like 1-2 people started, getting into it. Then, literally by the last song of that set, everyone's dancing, right?
And you're like, can you not have given me any sign of this
I'm
an
just
hour
like,
ago?
What on earth? So anyway, so I goes, right guys, got to go home. Thanks for having me. Like,
Yeah, got a little drive.
Yeah, and
done your work.
So I does the usual thing, takes the guitar off, turns the speakers off, and then the girl whose birthday it was comes over and she's like,
"Oh, can you not?
Would you?
Can you?
Like everybody's like really like saying how good you are. We've just been getting into it. Like, can you not play a bit extra?" And I was just a bit like I was still a bit like, given the last 2 hours has been pretty non-existent. And
in your head, you go,
if
I come back on. And then people sit down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
regret this. So like, I was just a bit like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've got a long drive home. So she was like, oh, like, please, like, you've been so good. So anyway, in the end, I was like, okay, I'll do one more set, right? Because why not, And I was like, okay, I've drove all this way. I may as well do one more set. And then, like I said to you, I got up and I don't know what happened. But it's like maybe in the break she went round and like, I don't know, like threatened everyone. Like, you better get up and dance.
I've seen parties where I've seen like the person whose party it is going round being like, you gotta get up.
Yeah. So anyway, I get up and then literally, right, everyone's like raving to the point where I can't hear myself because they asked me to turn down. So I'm like, oh, so I cranks it, right? And I mean, cranks it back up to normal, like, got the kick going. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's.
Thing is, it's one of the best things you can do is if you've got people going without you actually being at max volume or effort, and then you're able to ramp up even further into it. And they're not expecting it. It's like played on Saturday, did the afternoon. Yeah. And I'm playing relatively chilled in the afternoon because you're outside having a drink. You don't need to go raving then.
Yeah.
But then the guests must see the same guy who's been playing chilled set up to do the evening party. I play quite slowly for the first dance, so I can't take my eyes off you. They're like, they know what they're getting here. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4 and absolutely belt the stomp. And people go, what?
I love it. I was saying to you the other day about this thing of like, when you play a new venue and people haven't booked us before and they don't know what we do, and then they just expect like you to get up with the acoustic, play Wonderwall or whatever, and then when you get up,
don't diss Wonderwall. That's been back in my set recently, and it's been bouncing.
I play it every set, but you know what I mean. But that's what they're expecting, though, is like that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
and
more singer-songwriter,
and then it's so good. But anyway, so the ice on the cake was everyone's up, everyone's raving, everyone's booming. And then I looked across like 15 minutes towards the end, and there's the mum and dad who told me to turn down because of the neighbours, literally in the middle of the circle, just like this. And then they come up to me at the end like, that was so amazing, like, oh my God. Like, and she was just like, and then they literally wanted me to carry on again. And I was like, listen, at this rate, I'm not getting home till 2 a.m. because it's a long drive, I'm sorry. And they were like literally offering to put me up for the night in the house. They were like, oh, please, like, just keep playing. And I was like, I'm really sorry. But then I guess like it was good because off the back of me having to go, they were literally like, when can we book you again?
Yeah.
I
think there's a fine line in that situation where they've only just started getting into it. Give them a little bit more time. I normally give 20 minutes, 30 minutes if I've got it in me and I haven't played all my A-list stuff.
But the thing is, that was the greatest thing because they'd asked me to turn it down, and I had developed that attitude of like, well, I'm just gonna take this easy. Then I hadn't really played any of the top ravey tunes. So like I still had the whole bag of like bangers to go, so like it let me do that last set like an all-star, just one into the other, like banger set, like a Claremont kind of thing. And it was just, honestly, it was so good. And literally off the back of what I thought was going to be a really quiet gig.
A bit of a damp squib of a gig. And
it ended up being an insane rave right over the
It's funny you can't
front.
predict it sometimes, is it?
You know, it was like, I can't, like, honestly, this is where, circling back to the beginning of the pod, because I know we're at the end now, but like to circle back to the beginning when I was saying about this whole thing of like, you look back at things and it's like your life sometimes can look like a movie in this job. When you see standing on a stage, right, with all these people like dancing, raving, right, under fairy lights, overlooking this massive
with the sun going down,
with the sun going down,
beautiful.
It was just like. It was like, I don't know.
It can't get much better than this.
There's no other job that can do this, except maybe if I was like an astronaut looking at the world or something. I don't know, or whatever. Or maybe being an airplane pilot or someone like looking over the sky.
But you haven't got people raving and like cheering on when you're doing that. But so like, it is better than that.
Like the only thing I can think is that obviously, can you imagine what it must look like when you like headline Glastonbury
or like
and the
big
sun's
DJ
going
sets
down,
or
and
whatever,
it's just like, oh mate, that must be so insane. Because
thing is, it almost I don't know. It's impossible to say. It might just be me protecting my own head, but I think some of the things that we do have a level of intimacy from the sizes of the crowds that you would lose in bigger crowds.
Oh yeah, I like loads of really famous people love doing intimate small venues.
200 people is a great number to play to.
Because the best thing about what we do and the size of the crowd is you can individually look at every person and see them having the best time ever and be like, yes, like I'm so happy for you. I feel like you lose that when it's 100,000 people. They're just bobbing heads and you can't really focus on anyone. But it was one of the best. Probably it ended up genuinely being one of the best like mental image gig memories I've ever had, like that gig. And I literally went from a gig that when I first got there was getting asked to turn down and things, turned it all around.
That's like a whole little moment of our musical experience in one. So you got a gig where someone's asked you to turn it down. There's mad house. You've got to drive. You get mad last 100%. 15 minutes. They ask you to stay. They ask you to carry on.
And then in the end, literally have got like 3 confirmed more bookings. One of them being a massive farm down in Oxfordshire. Like apparently it's like acres of land they've got or something.
You might need big speakers for that one.
I know, and she was just like, you don't have to worry about the neighbours there, like because like we've got none. I was like, okay. She was like, but it will. She like looked at me dead serious, and she was like, it will go on like into the early hours of the morning. Like we have all night parties, and I was like, okay, but like bear in mind, like I can only sing for so long. You know what I mean? So like it'll probably be a case of a DJ.
We're also not kids anymore. I could have done those parties when I was younger till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning playing.
100%.
But I want to be done by midnight. I want to be done by midnight now.
It's got to be. Like, that's what time the cut off. Like, I
for the venues
cutting it off there, like, in that house party, because it was like, I was like, it's going to take, if I cut off later than midnight, I'm not getting back until the sun's coming up at this point. You know what I mean? So, but honestly,
we had 2, I think, at the same moment, at the same time. Was yours on Saturday?
That's right,
I think we were both peaking on Saturday at a very similar point.
Well, actually,
if you could have 2 cameras on
my thing was going in. I was like, oh my God, like this is so insane. And then I looked at your Instagram, and it made me have this little moment of like,
I'm not stealing joy. Don't do comparison stuff.
It made me have this moment of like, all of my mates right now are just smashing it. Like, it made me have this
a nice
moment.
wholesome thing. Yeah,
it made me have this moment of like, because it wasn't just you. There was like, I think Danny Jones posted something in the daytime. He was playing a wedding.
Nice
and
gig
then
or something.
my mate Mick was like, he was on 2 private parties that day, and like my Instagram feed was just all of my mates just bouncing with crowds, and I was like.
It has been a very good weekend. I don't know what it was about this weekend, but there was a particular energy knocking around this weekend.
100%. I hope that it continues this weekend because I've got so many private parties.
I'm working twice this weekend.
Oh, lucky.
I'm doing afternoon drinks tomorrow, and then I'm doing the early bit before the DJ Sax again. So similar to what I did on Saturday in the Old Palace in Chester. And then on Saturday, I'm doing a surprise party at Music Hall
Not a
Tap.
surprise anymore. Well, yeah, because this doesn't come
Music
out.
Hall Tap on Saturday night. And then my last gig before a little bit of time off is Elephant, which will be when this comes out tomorrow night, Thursday, the something of something.
100%.
It'll be August by then, I think. And then I'm going to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Well, we're going camping for a few days and then Mallorca because it's Alex's 30th. So I can see a little bit of time off in the future and I'm running headfirst towards it.
That's nice. Yeah. I might come down and watch you in Elephant because I love making you uncomfortable when I show up at your gigs.
And that is the gig to make me feel uncomfortable at. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah.
Because that is a gig where you can't necessarily own the room and make it bounce.
You can because I'll just start doing a Swindo.
Yeah, I'll get Swindo to come
going.
down. He'll get on the tables.
Yeah.
And we'll have a rave at Elephant tomorrow night.
You'll never get a gig again.
I think that might be it.
In Elephant.
The neighbours, North Wales.
Yeah. Start like running next door into the pub and just like stealing all the people.
I think that was what I did. Anyways, I think that's why that pub started to book me.
Yeah.
And then I don't play there no more.
I know. Oh, it's weird that they're so close and they both have live music.
Talking about people telling you having a negative reaction to you, i.e. turning it down or whatever, and then seeing them in the crowd dancing around the guy who used to be the landlord, having a go at me for playing at Elephant and then next door. And then the same night, loads of people came in from the cricket club. And then everyone's having a party and he's in the middle dancing, singing along. And I'm like, oh, you idiot.
It happens all the time to me. Like, it's so insane.
Yeah.
Like, I like all the time, the first set, they're like, can you turn it down? Like, it's too lively. But then by the second set.
Too lively?
Yeah, too lively. Have you not had that one?
Never had too lively.
Too lively. Yeah. Can you chill out a bit?
Well, the more upbeat thing was like a curse word you could have said to musicians in Liverpool. Can you do a more upbeat? But then I
now
just
it's
gave
too
in and went,
upbeat. You know what I mean? It's like,
can't win.
They don't know what they want. That's the problem. But
let's just play Wonderwall forever and call it a day.
100%.
That is an episode. That is a lovely episode. All the way through, we'll plop the sting a little bit in somewhere.
Nice.
And come see me at Elephant tomorrow.
Woo!
Woohoo!